Why ENFPs are so different. ENFPs are an interesting mix. They crave human interaction and social events, but they also require spending time alone. ENFPs need a balance of both in order to thrive, which is why they can seem so different from other people at times. They are some of the most interesting personalities that you will ever meet. They are passionate creative people, who love to make an impact on the world around them. But what makes them tick? This video will explore the unique dynamics of the ENFP personality type. Let's break down what makes them so novel and distinct from every other type. We'll do that by looking at their core. What do ENFPs bring to the world? ENFPs are indeed a unique type of people in the world. They are drawn to the unconventional like no other type is. They are not afraid to stretch deep into rabbit holes that oftentimes can be scary, or lead them into places most people would not venture going. But if you ask them why they do it, they cannot really tell you why. It's just something they are naturally drawn to. ENFPs are sponges to the metaphysical. They find excitement in exploring topics that help to broaden their minds, and their brain never stops. This incessant pursuit of the unconventional, original, or alternative, is what oftentimes gets them labeled as weird or strange. Now that's not fair, is it? Being labeled weird and odd only because they are following their nature, doing what they are supposed to do and what energizes them. It's the same as saying a tiger is flawed because of its stripes. They really cannot change that, can they? To make matters worse, ENFPs cannot escape the need for authenticity. Individualism is one of the things they appreciate the most, in themselves and in other people. Knowing they are predisposed to follow ambiguous paths, or different trains of thought, shows they are uninhibited. It shows they are open-minded and more than willing to experiment. They do this because they know there may be knowledge to be attained, and it will remain unknown unless someone looks into it. An ISTJ, for example, could never be like an ENFP in that regard, because ISTJs are focused on tradition and the tried and true. The future or unknown is a source of anxiety for them. ENFPs are the complete opposite. They are meant to peer behind the curtain. People-focused. Another great motivator for ENFPs is people, in the sense that they are not focused on epistemology, but instead, they are more concerned with the human experience side of things. They love people who are original. They love people that are weird, because remember, they are naturally attracted to the unusual. People are another one of those things ENFPs are naturally predisposed to engage or interact with. They love a sense of community. They strive to bring out the human side of everyone, and by that, I mean they want humans to show and be their true authentic selves. This includes their bright side, but especially their dark side. ENFP's greatest struggle in life is the marriage between their unconventional way of being with other people. Ironically, that's exactly what they are supposed to do. They have an inherent desire to share their original thoughts and ideas with others. They long to be understood above all, but people never seem to grasp the concept, or where the ENFP is coming from. They try, poor ENFPs try, and try very hard to open people's minds to what else is out there, the other possibilities, the different perspectives that people aren't considering. But they keep failing. They try ever so slightly to inject a little bit of that open-mindedness into other people, but are usually met with rejection, or comments that they are just too weird. Then they fall back, they retreat into themselves and blame themselves for being different. At least they start to believe they are, when in fact they are not. They are simply following their nature, what they are predisposed to do, and in total honesty, what they should be doing. Because without the injection of new perspectives and ideas, the world becomes a stale place. When you always follow and recycle the same formulaic concepts, betterment cannot occur. They push a more humanistic agenda, not so much technological. Don't get me wrong, ENFPs are plenty capable of driving technological progress as well, but their initial instinct is towards people. But unfortunately, ENFPs, especially young ones, are not aware of this, and when they are rejected, misunderstood, or called weird too many times, they rebel, and then corruption ensues. When ENFPs become corrupted, there will shifts. Instead of helping people open their minds, they focus on themselves, become more selfish, and follow their own interests instead of the interests of the collective. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That is a topic for another video. Let's move on. What ENFPs need to learn. First, ENFPs absolutely need to internalize that they are not weird. Everyone plays their role in society, and ENFPs play a very important one, which is opening people's minds to different perspectives. These perspectives are normally intertwined with the collective or tribe, in a more idealistic and holistic way. A monumental task for sure. Changing people's minds, getting people to question their beliefs, is insanely difficult. Another thing ENFPs need to learn, is that everyone has their own way they operate in the world. Let's bring the example of the ISTJ again. ISTJs are arguably one of the most past-focused type, the most traditionalist. One of their primary directives is to take lessons learned from the past, take the best parts of it and apply it to the present, very practical and firm, but not without its merits. They get things done by utilizing the best agreed upon solution, or Frankensteining a new method or solution with bits and pieces from what has been proven to work before, and they are amazing at it. How can an ENFP, who is completely future-focused, get through to future-averse ISTJ? It comes down to the approach. ENFPs need to realize that everyone is different, everyone has their own way of navigating life, and only through validating this knowledge, they can then engineer different approaches to make themselves be heard and understood. Don't let yourself become corrupted. We need healthy ENFPs. You strive to make the world a better place, by opening minds and pushing the humane side with your open-mindedness, beauty, charisma, and most importantly, acceptance.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.